Yo, what's going on, Cover One crew? Chris Chow's back again. Hope everybody is doing better than I am today. My Buffalo Bills, they took a spanking on Sunday, and I'm still feeling it here on Tuesday. Man, I don't get over these things. I'm telling y'all right now, especially with my favorite team, I do not get over these things. It's time. I just want a Super Bowl before I die. Is that too much to ask? I guess it is. Maybe it is too much to ask. So you know what? We need a distraction today, and I'm talking some Dynasty fantasy football running back rankings as we are entering 2023. We're almost a month into the new year, and you know what? It's good to reevaluate, where the rankings are for Dynasty purposes. We're talking running backs, and we got to, get that value. This is a great way to understand value chart for these players and these running backs. Whether or not you're rebuilding your club, you understand how you can trade, who you can trade for, who's valued extremely high. Very important stuff. So let's dive into running back rankings, Dynasty fantasy football. So I know a lot of guys right now and ladies are doing a lot of, top 5, top 10 rankings. Heck with that. Let's do a nice top 25 because it's awesome, and I could talk football all day long because I'm going to be doing it all off season. Let's go in. Rank number 25, we got David Montgomery from the Chicago Bears. He is 25 years of age, finished this year at a running back 23. He had a good year outside, of the Chicago Bears offense kind of being anemic at times. They showed some good upside with a Justin Fields, but now he isn't a free agent. So we do got Khalil Herbert at 24. He was the running back 39. He dealt with some injuries this season, did come back as the year did, close out. But, this is a good conversation to say. I got him back-to-back simply because David Montgomery could rise up the board extremely fast if he finds his way onto a new club. If he stays in Chicago, it does worry me a little bit because I do believe Khalil Herbert is a true running back 1 in this league, and he could be, a top 15 talent as he showed as long as his health does stay in check. Khalil Herbert, if he is the lone back in this offense with a Justin Fields, they add another wide receiver weapon to help out. You could see Khalil Herbert be a very dynamic running back in fantasy football where David Montgomery could sign with another club and then, muddle the waters a little bit based on the fact that he could be sharing volume once again. We'll see how it shakes down. The Bears have a lot of cap room. They could definitely re-sign a David Montgomery and still go with the 1-2 punch of Montgomery and Herbert. That's why I got him right now. If Monty does re-sign in Chicago, he would obviously jump Khalil Herbert in that respect. I would want to believe because, it's got to be his backfield first over a Khalil Herbert, but we'll see if he does come back to Chicago. Khalil Herbert, like I'm saying, he showed out. He is a good running back in this league. Number 23, Rachaad White from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He finished the year as an RB 38. He is only 23 years of age. He's a good running back. I comped him as an Arian Foster type of running back and just running style ability. He looks like an Arian Foster to me. Every time he touches the ball, his running style, his upright running style, his juke moves, his spin moves, it's so reminiscent of an Arian Foster. I like his game a lot. We'll see. Obviously, Tom Brady, the news is that he's likely not coming back to Tampa Bay. What are they going to do with Uncle Lenny? He's probably going to find his way to a new club, which means all good positives for volume upside for a Rachaad White, and that's why I like it. Volume upside is key for all running backs, even though the offense could stink without a Tom Brady. Even though they weren't necessarily great this year, Rachaad White should get a boatload of volume, I should say. And at rank 23 right now, you cannot hate that whatsoever. 22, Aaron Jones. I know a lot of y'all will be mad at me for this. He is 28 years of age right now, and you got to remember, Dynasty ranks are different than redraft. He was the running back 9 this past year. He had a great season. Started dealing with some injuries, lingering injuries too. The soft tissues, the knee, the ankles, the hammy again. As he's starting to age, and 30 is that number for running back, so you're trying to get as much value as possible. You might start looking to ship out an Aaron Jones right now off your roster and try to get back that high-end upside value because right now he still possesses it coming off an RB9 season. What's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers? Is it going to be Jordan Love at the quarterback spot? This is all yet to be determined as we go into this offseason. So, Aaron Jones right now at rank 22, I can't hate it. I tried to put him up a little higher. I just covet these other guys that much more. Aaron Jones is a great talent, don't get me wrong, and I still think he's got a good 2-3 years left in him. But based on fantasy football value, you should be shopping him and see what the market is dictating at for Aaron Jones right now. Number 21, Alvin Kamara. This feels dirty to me. I wanted to raise him a little higher. I really, truly did, and I will. If in fact the New Orleans Saints do get themselves a true quarterback and they're going to stick to him. Is it going to be Jameis? Likely not. He's probably gone as well. I want to see what they're going to do in New Orleans before I commit to an Alvin Kamara. He had an up and down year. Running back 18 was his finish this past season. He is entering 27 years of age, or is currently 27 years of age, I should say. He is that dual threat running back. He does catch a lot of passes, but we saw what happened in this offense this year in New Orleans. It wasn't great. Michael Thomas, he left, didn't come back. It was basically, secondary pieces. Jarvis Landry always hurt, and then my guy Chris Olave was basically the only weapon in this offense to help support Alvin Kamara. Clearly, he couldn't do it himself, consistently, and that's my biggest problem. That's why I got Kamara ranked at 21 right now. If they do get a surefire quarterback, that's going to change everything, and Kamara will definitely shoot up my board as well. Joe Mixon, number 20. Okay, and you guys can be mad at me all you want. I'm done with Joe. I really am. I think it's time. Even if Joe does pop off for another 2 years, I'm okay letting somebody else have it. It's just too inconsistent for me. If you've watched my previous shows on trade values, it is what it is with Joe Mixon. He's a good player. I'm always a big fan. I just can't do it in fantasy football anymore. He is 26 years of age. He finished as the running back 12. But the caveat in that is if he does not have that 5-touchdown performance, scored over 50 points, half PPR. This is all half PPR ranks, by the way. If he didn't get that game over 50 points, he would have dipped down closer to the running back 20 spot. So then you're seeing what I'm saying, okay? I understand that the Bengals offense is extremely high-powered and high-loaded, and Joe Mixon is a part of that. They just don't utilize him enough. Even Samjay Ryan was getting a lot more productivity when he took over when Mixon went down with that injury. Injury's always a problem with Joe, too. This is why I'm saying I just can't do it anymore. I think there's other valuable pieces that we can take from the running back position where you don't have to go off say the name cachet of a Joe Mixon. I got him at rank 20, and I'm pretty comfortable in that as well. Tony Pollard, he is a free agent. He is my rank 19 running back right now. Had an absolute fabulous season. He rolls that ankle on a gruesome tackle. He was out for the game in that divisional round versus 49ers. He's a free agent. What is Dallas going to do? Zeke's already come on record saying he's going to take less money. Are they going to invest more money in another running back? You know Tony Pollard had a great year. He's going to want to cash his bank as well. I want to say that he's going to likely maybe be back with Dallas, but it's an unsure thing. He's going to go for the bank, especially for running backs. You know they want to get paid because the shelf life for running backs is that 29, 30 years, and you're not getting that third contract. So he's going to definitely test the waters to see what the market value is for him in free agency. Tony Pollard right now, 25 years of age. He's got 5 good years left. So running back 7 was his finish this year, half PPR. Very good campaign, and we'll see how it shakes down. We'll see how much money Zeke is willing to trim off his large contract to potentially give a Tony Pollard. But I do like Tony Pollard a lot, and 19 feels a little bit, not right to put him in this spot. But like I said, there's a lot of running backs that we can covet over a Tony Pollard, who isn't necessarily a full, workhorse back because of Zeke Elliott at this point, even though he did put up crazy stats. Tony Pollard, I'm a big fan. 19 right now seems a little low, but I just had no choice at this point. Miles Sanders is number 18 on my board, 25 years of age, running back 13. He also is a free agent and kind of in the same mold, I should say, as like a Tony Pollard. I'm a huge fan of Miles Sanders. Finally goes over the 1,000 yards. He crushed it this year in Philadelphia. Will they be able to bring him back? Highly unlikely. We've heard of rumblings that the Philly Eagles may draft a Bijan Robinson. That would completely take Miles off the Philadelphia Eagles roster. He's going to look for big bank. You know he is. And he could find a situation, maybe like a team like Miami who's constantly looking for a pure number 1 running back. Miles Sanders is that guy. He can handle 250 carries in any offense, especially ones that are run heavy and run specific, like a Miami would be. So Miles Sanders to me does have a little bit more upside than a Tony Pollard, even though it is just 1 rank ahead. We'll see where Miles goes, and landing spot is going to be absolutely determined on where their value is going to rest as we get into the offseason that much more. Number 17, Dameon Pierce, Houston Texans, coming off that rookie season. He was injured. They finished the year on the injured reserve. He's 22 years of age, finished as running back 27. He impressed me, okay? I knew that he was a good talent. I just questioned the ability, especially when he went to Houston. Yes, there was no other viable options going to take touches from him. He impressed me that much more. The fact that there was not a whole heck of a lot to work with in Houston, and he showcased his talents a lot. The only lack of upside was the fact that he wasn't scoring the touchdowns. He would get you, 20 carries, 127 yards, no touchdowns, capped you at like 12, 13 points, half PPR. He's not heavily involved in the pass game. That's another problem that you're going to have with a Dameon Pierce because he is that bulldozing back. I still like his services. I do believe that if Houston does draft a Bryce Young or a CJ Stroud, his value will definitely increase for me. So 17 is a little low right now. I just want to see which quarterback they're going to get in Houston, and then that will bode for his stock to definitely increase on my board. Absolutely. Najee Harris at 16. I'm a little bullish on this one. 24 years of age. He was the running back 14 this year. And Najee is a good running back, but he was hampered with that foot injury. We saw it as the year started going on. It looked like he was kind of turning the corner on that foot problem. But, I mean, the offensive line was just dreadful in Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett and George Pickens, they started picking up a little steam. Stacked boxes started getting pulled back. Najee was starting to run a little bit better. Utilize this man in the pass game like you did in his rookie season, and Najee's still going to have massive value. I do like a Najee Harris. 16 seems fair for me today, and as we see the Pittsburgh Steelers continue to rebuild their roster with a Kenny Pickett as their starting quarterback, Najee Harris will definitely continue to rise because, 300 touches is not out of the question for a Najee Harris. Volume upside is key in fantasy football, and Najee's definitely got a boatload of that. Top 15 running backs right now, I got Javonte Williams at number 15, where a lot of consensus has got him in the top 10. I can't do it right now. That knee injury was worse than a Breece Hall's. This is going to be a hefty recovery for Avonte. This is my only fear for this year. Yes, he's only 22 years of age. I would likely already have him in my top 8 because of how good he is as a talent and as a player. I'm a truther of a Javonte Williams through and through. I love the game. Loved it at UNC. He is a great talent. He did finish as the RB84, like I said, due to that injury. So we got to take that into account as we enter 2023. If you have him on your roster, he's definitely a hold. You're not trading him because you're not going to get fair market value back for him anyway. If you are looking for a running back that you can put on your bench, on your taxi squad, or on your IR for the first little bit, definitely go and see if his value is lower in your leagues. Get him on your roster, but he will likely not start for you. It's going to be like the J.K. Dobbins thing. It's going to be like the Saquon Barkley thing. They're nursing him along first 4-6 games, and then, they're going to try to take the top off and see what he can do. Look at what J.K. He had problems early on, had to go for more knee surgery, came back, and now J.K.'s starting to look good. Vontae's going to have a very big recovery because that knee was torn up, and this is why I got him at 15. Not based on skill set, just based on the injury that I am terrified of, and then how piss poor the Denver Broncos offense looked this past season. So they got a lot to prove to turn my head. I'm not saying it based on the value. You got to take team dynamic into play as well when you're talking about Dynasty Fantasy Football. But Javonte Williams, if you can buy him low, I'm definitely doing that as well. Number 14, Derrick King Henry. A lot of people got him down in the 20s right now. I can't do it. I wanted to even raise Derrick Henry that much higher because all he does is still continue to produce numbers. He was the running back 4 this year, even on a Tennessee offense that did sputter with at times. Really no high-end receiving core. Treylon Burks, he dealt with injuries. He was in and out of the lineup. Robert Woods was the afterthought in this offense. No real threat of a pass game. Ryan Tannehill may be out the door. His cap savings are big for Tennessee, so this whole offense could change. Could it be Dobbs? Could it be Malik Willis as a starting quarterback in 2023? We don't know. So King Henry at 14, especially at the age of 29. So that number 30 is where we're flirting. I got a Derrick Henry as a good sell right now because his value is still extremely high, and you can get a boatload of return coming back for a Derrick Henry. I got him at 14. It seems low, and I think it is a little bit low, but we got to take age into account for Dynasty. 14 is where he rests on my board today. Number 13, Dalvin Cook, Minnesota Vikings. He is 27 years of age, finished as the RB10. He had a good year. I mean, I'm not going to down Dalvin Cook's season. It just seemed like there was a lot of lulls. You know, he didn't wow us this year that much, had a couple big showings. Outside of that, it was a little bit more sprinkled in the pass game, which was good for half PPR upside. But this offense, man, with all the games they won and, you know, all the yards that they did put up, you totally expected Dalvin Cook to have that much of a better season. Running back 10 is not bad overall in the aggregate, but you got to take consistency charts into play as well, and the consistency rates were okay. It wasn't great, but I mean, he did pop off when you needed him, but he did have lulls in his game. Number 13 right now, I don't hate it because there are more explosive backs that I do like as well. I don't hate on a Dalvin Cook, but based on age, there are younger talents that we could covet in Dynasty as we sit today. Number 12, DeAndre Swift. He is 24 years of age, running back 22. And I could have dropped him down a little further. And maybe this is a little bit biased because I'm such a big supporter of the game of DeAndre Swift. Detroit just doesn't utilize this man enough to get, you know, the full top 5 value that we know he can be. Yes, injuries continue to cripple DeAndre Swift's total upside, and that's a big problem as well. So Detroit's coaching staff obviously pulled back the touches, tried to keep him more healthy, and they used a lot of Jamal Williams, especially on the goal line. I mean, he scored 15 or 18 touchdowns, beat a Barry Sanders record, whatever that record was. I believe it was 18. Man, could you imagine even half that went to DeAndre Swift? He would have been easily top 10 running back. Ranked number 12 right now with this Detroit Lions offense that is continuously moving in the right direction. Another sound draft. They are going to be pretty scary on this offensive side, even though they already have a boatload of playmakers. They're likely going to go to the defensive side in the NFL draft this year. But DeAndre Swift is one of these backs I just can't quit right now. He's number 12. I think it's fair value right now for me for DeAndre Swift. Number 11, Josh Jacobs. He also is a free agent this year, 25 years of age. He shocks everybody in fantasy football. He finishes as the running back 3, likely done in Vegas. I mean, it is what it is. They didn't pick up the 5th-year option. I wonder if they're going to franchise tag him to keep him there, but that's high-end money that they're going to have to be paying, even though Derek Carr is gone as well. There's going to be a lot of cap problems in Las Vegas as they try to figure things out. Josh Jacobs, to me, I do believe the divorce is there, and he will likely play on another club. Is Jacobs a top running back in this league? Yes, he is. My concern is we have not seen him take over 300 touches total and then replicate that the next year. Injuries have followed this man like other running backs also, so that is a concern. The amount of work that he did take, the amount of punishment that he did take, I gotta believe a regression is coming of some sorts. Running back 3 is a little bit high for me to say that Josh Jacobs is going to replicate that again in 2023. So under a rank 11 right now, I think is decent for dynasty purposes. Depending on where he goes, if he stays in Vegas and they get a different quarterback like an Aaron Rodgers or a Tom Brady, for example, we'll see. I mean, then he'll jump my board. Like I said, this is January. We're almost into February. These rankings will definitely change. We got to discuss the values right now, and Jacobs is ranked number 11 for me. Number 10, let's go to this top 10. We got J.K. Dobbins, Baltimore Ravens, 24 years of age, running back 52. He started picking up steam as the year went on. He looked good. Okay, that knee at the beginning, he looked stiff. It looked like the leg was a piece of wood, wasn't bending. He goes for some more cleanup surgery, and he shows out that he, it flexed it out a little bit, and he was proving his running ability was back as he continued, got more comfortable in this offense. So 10 right now, on the premise that Lamar Jackson is returning to this club. If Lamar Jackson does not return, then JK likely will fall down the board just a little bit more. And I can uplift some other guys like a Swift, like even Aaron Jones, you could lift him back up. Dalvin Cook, for example, we can lift him back up. But J.K. Dobbins right now at 10 seems good value for me, especially at the age. The fact that he did, come back from the knee nicely, I like him. I think they're going to continue to ride the heavy hand here, and J.K. is going to have a big role as he was extremely frustrated on the goal line in the playoff game. He wants the damn ball, and he's going to prove it. J.K., I'm a big fan of yours. Number 9, Ramondre Stevenson. Dre, 24 years of age, running back 11. At one point, he was a top 5 running back in fantasy football this past year, and only injuries kind of stifled him as the year went on. So He is built like a damn machine, man. 240, 235 pounds. He's got hands for days, can catch everything from the backfield. Extremely light feet for a big man was in my scouting report, and he's proven it. He is one of these running backs that can be trusted. We'll see. New offensive coordinator likely coming as Matt Patricia is going to be out the door. I like what I see. We're hearing rumors as well. DeAndre Hopkins could be going to New England potentially in a trade, so that just uplifts Ramondre for me. No stack boxes. Mac Money Jones, he's going to be able to support this offense if he gets a better play caller. You saw him visibly frustrated a lot this year. So Ramondre at number 9, I cannot hate, especially the fact that he was a top 5 running back at for a good long stretch this season. Number 8, we got Travis Etienne, my guy. And these Jacksonville Jaguars, I mean, what else can you say? They're moving in the right direction. What a leap they took from Urban Meyer to Doug Peterson, and Trevor Lawrence looks like the guy we like to see. Mr. Sunshine with the locks in the wind. Travis does finish the year as an RB17. Not as good as I wanted to see, but the lack of touchdowns was the problem. And I think, the fact that they traded away Robinson and they gave Travis Etienne, the bulk load of share of the touches and volume, even though JaMychal Hasty was a spellback for him this season, Travis Etienne is just, the needle is just continuing to point in the right direction. They do get Calvin Ridley back. There's going to be so many weapons on this field. The only regression you can say even more is the fact they didn't even use Travis in the pass game as much as I would have hoped. So you can see with a Calvin Ridley coming back from suspension, likely Travis will see a dip down again, even more so in receptions. So you got to hope that those limited stack boxes are going to continue the big play opportunities for Travis Etienne. Number 8 might be a little high, but I love the skill set, and that's why I got him, and I covet him at number 8 right now. Nick Chubb, number 7. He could easily be a top 5 running back for me. He finished as the running back 5. He is 27 years of age. Deshaun Watson's still going to be there, the quarterback for the foreseeable future, unless something changes, because that salary is going to keep him there for like 10 years. Nick Chubb is that guy. He's a dog. He's consistent. Everyone said, PPR, half PPR, you can't trust a Nick Chubb. And what does he do? He finishes RB6, RB7, RB5. He is the consistent workhorse volume back. The fact that they did not utilize a Kareem Hunt is now a free agent. Depending on who they're going to have as a spell back, change of pace back, this whole backfield belongs to a Nick Chubb. And his value should be top 5, regardless of what you're going. I mean, 3 more solid years for a Chubb still coming, so you're going to be able to ride Nick Chubb for at least the next 2 years and be repaid with high-end upside, top 8, top 6, no kidding, every single year for a Nick Chubb. I got him ranked number 7 right now. Austin Eckler is number 6 for me. He is 27 years of age. He finished as the running back 1 in half PPR, if you can believe it. Austin Eckler. You can't hate the man. You can't hate his game. He loves fantasy football. He supports the fantasy community. He's just one of those guys. And the best part of this is that Eckler could jump into my top 5, even though he is 27 years of age. Top 5 only because I want to see who the offensive coordinator is going to be. Now that they let go of Lombardi, I think that is everything I wanted to see. It's music to my ears. Finally, we're going to see what, this offense could potentially be. Just don't mess up the hire on the offensive coordinator, and then Austin Eckler could continue his, ascension of needle pointing in the right direction, and that PPR upside will always continue for an Austin Eckler, especially with the fact that they continue to, swing and miss when they're looking for that secondary back. Kelly, Spiller, nobody's working out right now, so Austin Eckler continues to be the primary guy. Let's go into this top 5, finish this thing off, man. Breece Hall is my number 5 running back as we sit today. He finished as the RB42 due to that ACL injury, 21 years of age. I love Breece Hall, okay? And I know everybody's going to be screaming at me right now saying, you're crazy. Breece Hall should be the top running back in Dynasty right now. The ACL injury is my concern, and I know that he's going to come back fully healthy, but he's going to likely take some time. Yes, I understand he's 21, likely going to heal a lot better, but it's about an 11-month injury recovery, and then to get back into football shape, you're looking at 14 to 15 months. This is my problem. So, or 14, 15 months. I want to cut that back. Maybe, 14 months should be about there. But you're going to see a Breece Hall at least be limited early on. That's why I got him at rank 5 right now. Quarterback position still a problem in New York, so they're going to lean upon a Breece Hall. That knee's got to be 100% before they unleash him. That's the only reason why I got him at number 5, because of the injury. You got to take injuries into account. I'm in Dynasty to win fantasy championships as well. If you're going to put Breece Hall at number 1 as we sit today, I think that's a big mistake based on the injury. You got to take it with a grain of salt and understand the stipulations and situations that these teams are in. And Breece Hall right now, his recovery is still a problem for me. That's why I got him in the top 5, ranked at number 5. Saquon Barkley is number 4. He is a free agent, 26 years of age, running back 6. He proved everybody wrong. I told y'all this offseason, he is a top 5 running back in this league. If he did not rest that last week, he would have finished as a top 5 running back. So Saquon is back. He turned down $12 million from the New York Giants. Where is he going to go? Where is he going to play this for the remainder of his career? Maybe, potentially. But his his next contract is going to be heavy and handsome. We know the Giants are limited with cap space as well. They're going to, try to finagle some dollars. Leonard Williams, I'm seeing, $18 million could be saved. Maybe that goes to Saquon Barkley. If he goes to another club, maybe there could be another quarterback in offense, high-end upside. Everything's going to be determined. I could easily put a Saquon Barkley at number 2, depending on who his quarterback and offensive situation will be. So Saquon, I told y'all, man, I'm on the wagon and I'm not getting off. Saquon is my guy. Number 3 is Christian McCaffrey, CMC, 26 years of age, finishes as the RB2 with the 49ers. Even with Brock Purdy, this offense does not stop moving. Christian McCaffrey is still that trusted commodity. He's been dealing with injuries this year again. Very commonplace. Only reason why I got him at number 3. Eventually, all the work that CMC has had over his entire career, I mean, they've used and abused him in Carolina, so that's the only reason why I got him at number 3. He can easily be a number 1 running back in Dynasty still today at 26 years of age. I cannot fight that argument because he's just too damn talented and he's going to continue to produce points for you. But I mean, number 2 is Kenneth Walker III, 22 years of age, finishes as running back 16 as Seattle continues to move forward. This was the problem. Kenneth Walker, he started late and he still got over 1,000 yards. He is a dog, man. 22 years of age, relatively healthy this whole year. When he did pick up, the backfield, we'll see what they do with a spellback. Rashad Penny is likely out the door. He's got the volume upside, man, and if Geno continues to play the way they're doing and then another draft and free agent period does improve this roster, you still got DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, so it's no stack boxes in Seattle. Kenneth Walker, man, number 2 on my board. I got a lot of faith in him, as I did when he played at Michigan State. He was just wowing me on the weekly, man. Number 1 still continues to be today Jonathan Taylor. JT, 24 years of age, finishes as the running back 34, okay? And hear me out. I understand he hurt a lot of people this year. Everybody's pissed off with Jonathan Taylor. Do not, convince yourself that being angry is the reason why you're dropping JT down your board. Yes, okay, the carries finally came to haunt him. Not over 900 carries back in college. Everyone said, including me, that was a fear of mine. Eventually, we're going to see the wear and tear, come to fruition, come to pass, and maybe an injury does transpire in the NFL. Now it just happened, okay? The offensive line wasn't as good. Matt Ryan was piss poor as well. Just terrible quarterback play from Matt Ryan. You improve the quarterback spot. You improve the offensive line a little bit more. Get another wide receiver that is, able to, take the top off the defense in Indy. And we're going to see Jonathan Taylor be back to his number 1 running back, prowess. I still got him. JT, man, how can you not? He's a grown-ass man. You cannot fade JT as the number 1 guy as we sit today. And all the people that are sleeping on him right now, especially in redraft coming next year, he fell out of the top spot. I'm going to be scooping him up, especially if he sits at the running back 5. I'm going to be scooping him up everywhere I got him. JT still ranks as my Dynasty running back 1 because it's January, and this is where I got him. So it will change, I'm telling y'all. But right now, JT is number 1. So there you have it. That is Dynasty running back rankings top 25 as we sit today, end of January. It's good to understand and dissect the values of where these players should rest right now. I realize that everybody has their own way of building their Dynasty team. but I like to win. I like to win. So I'm telling y'all, the way that I rank these guys right now gives you, futures with upside, still keeping veterans in the mix. I do not drop guys just because they're in 26, 27 years old and everyone goes strictly on youth, and that's not how you win in Dynasty. If you're constantly going for youth, you're constantly rebuilding, and you're never in the game. You got to have a nice balance, and I'm going to get you there for your Dynasty clubs, I'm telling y'all, but nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and jump in those comments. Give me your thoughts. If you disagree with my ranks, throw them in the comments. Let's talk it out, man. It should be fun. But nevertheless, we'll see you next time. I am out.